hey. If you've been here before, then you know the drill. You know we're saying hi to you first. You know that we're going to say hi to our other friends, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our conversation.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. Un momento, por favor. Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
everybody. Good evening.
Hey, everybody, come on in. Come on in. Come on in the
Lord,
room.
Lord.
Come on in the room. Come on in, everybody. Listen, for those of you guys who have no idea who we are or where you may have found yourself, I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Sean Johnson.
Yes, together we do a host of things.
We do.
And what are we most known for, I guess? Let's start
Most
there.
notably, you guys know us because we are the founders of an amazing fashion brand, Sincerity Johnson, and also being the moms to two amazing twins, Kennedy and Caleb. But if you've been with us for any amount of time, you probably know us for a few other things too. But those are the most important at this time, okay?
Yes, 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 yes. So welcome. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you guys. Before we jump into tonight's topic, let me stop for just a second and let me thank you guys for wishing my grandmother a happy birthday. Shout out to my grandmother. I am so happy that she is still with us.
Yes.
She is celebrating her 84th birthday. We had the pleasure of just really just loving on her and spending time together as a family. So I shared a couple of moments with you guys on the page. So thank you very much to each and every one of the best friends who said, girl, happy birthday, Granny. So I read your comments to her. She is just elated and just says, God bless you all. And thank you to each and every one of you guys for just being kind enough to think about her on her day.
And that's such a blessing that you and your family could celebrate that with her. That was amazing.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. Well, girl, listen, we ain't been over here in a minute. You know,
It's not been that long.
it's been a few days since we've been together.
Oh yeah, because that's what I said. I just called the best friends on Thursday.
I know, girl, but it's been a few days since we've been together. So I say, girl, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I have not been glued to the mess. And it got so messy. I told Sean, I said, I know you really haven't been following the things at all. But girl, you listen, you want to go ahead. I said, Myrtle, you want to go ahead and tag in on this one.
And I said, girl, what is it?
I said, because everybody kept thinking, see, sometimes you got to pull your coat. That's what I'm doing. I'm pulling my coat. Sometimes you got to pull your coat. And I said, usually when things start to get messy, I said, girl, it ain't a whole lot that done got messier on the internet than us.
Oh, yeah, because we's a hot mess. So, and it is what it is, girl.
But I kept finding the same headline.
What was the headline?
The headline said, woman gets sucker punched. Lady flies across the room. Cigarettes and drinks everywhere. The headline just kept, I said, girl, what is going on?
Now, what did happen?
So I got Sean involved. And, one live led to another that led to screenshots, that led to text messages, that led to other people's pages. And I said, girl, at this point, now, this has to be a conversation for our community.
And I want to preface this by saying, because I know somebody gonna say it inevitably happens. Oh, y'all being messy. Oh, that's messy. Blah, blah, blah. So this is the thing. If you are new to us, let me explain, because then it'll help you understand us better. We are not about the mess, but what we do is we like to extract life lessons from situations, especially with those situations that are well known, because just like we give you guys lessons from our own lives, because we have aired our own dirty laundries and things, then we also find other ways to also bring home certain lessons. So with that being said, when Candy brought this to me, we both was like, oh, well, girl, there's plenty to share here.
Girl, there's so much to share.
There's plenty here.
So listen, I know that everybody don't have the kind of time to just jump from video to video and person to person like we sometimes do while we're working.
Right.
Sometimes we'll just have it, playing in the background, just kind of harmlessly or so forth. So if you could give us an idea of who we talking about, what's happened, and then we'll dive into unpacking it all together, okay?
Sure. So, for those that may not know who we are referring to, we're referring to a young lady who has been known for her page called Cooking with Aisha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most recently, she is someone who has done a lot of cooking videos and she shares recipes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Most recently, starting as of this past Thursday, there was a little shift to the content. And so, because of that, we are going to bring you up to speed in case you have missed it or you don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, on Thursday, from what I gather, because I didn't see it firsthand and some of it had to be given to me by Candy and I had to rewind. But on Thursday, there was a live video that Aisha did on her page, but unfortunately, it is no longer available. Okay. So, but per what she is stating later and what she said in a later live, that on Thursday, she went live in the midst of something happening. Okay. She said that are they married?
Yes.
She said that her husband assaulted her. Okay. And she was on the phone and she was calling the police and things like that. All right. It was stated that she went live first. Then, in turn, on the same day during the same incident, he then decided to go live on his page to show his vantage point because he's like, okay, look, I have to protect myself, and what is being stated is not factual. So I need to make sure that I have record on my side of this in order to protect myself should things progress further. All right. That, as far as I know, that live is still up and is still available on his page. His name is Ricky. Okay. That
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. All right. That was all on Thursday. Subsequently, fast forward, the police were called. The police came, and unfortunately, he was arrested. All right. He spent a night in jail, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I say anything wrong as I give my synopsis. He spent a night in jail. But
on his birthday,
nonetheless. Okay. Now keep in mind, shortly before all of this started to happen, he had just posted this amazing post saying how he was spending his birthday with his amazing wife and all of these things. And then all of a sudden the bottom fell out. Okay. But to our surprise, the person who went and got him released was none other than Miss Aisha's daughter, Christina. Now, to put that into perspective, if you know that your mom has been assaulted by someone, would you be the one to go and get this person out of jail? We'll come back to that a little bit later. Okay. So her daughter, Christina, is the one that actually went down and got him out, per information that we have seen. Okay. That was on Friday. That was yesterday. Then Miss Aisha goes live yesterday with a hospital band on, and she looks quite different than she did from the prior video, but that's another story. And she's talking about what has happened, but it seems a little aloof, if I would say, I'm going to go around the point and not really hit the actual point, because I'm sure I know why all of you guys are logging in to see, but it is what it is. Okay?
There were over 5,000 people in the pews. Wow. Live.
So imagine that. Okay. And she's talking about how, in so many words, like, the devil has been attacking her family, and, how God has made her and built her for this situation, and that she's standing on the fact that what she said is factual, and so on and so forth, but never really truly addressing the issue at hand. Okay. So that was on yesterday. Also, Ricky, the husband, also goes live for a brief minute and about 30 something seconds. I could be wrong by a few seconds. And in so many words, he's like, don't worry about it. I'm done. I'm going back home to Tallahassee. I'm out of here. I'm not fooling with this no more. And I'm also going to be airing everything out. I'm going to be sharing videos. He says, I'm going to be telling you guys everything. Everything? What's everything? Okay. So now he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I got it. I will go ahead and make sure I clear my name. All right. So that was yesterday. Ooh. Then today, some more things come out because her daughter, which is the same daughter that went and got him from jail on Friday morning or whenever she went and got him, she went live herself because she had some things that she wanted to share. Now, baby, listen. When I tell you, now I had not been following it. Candy was getting herself and the kids ready to go out today, and I just happened to come into Candy's room because I had to get something, and I heard this girl talking, and I said, "Candy, what?"
Girl, I'm in the bathroom ironing clothes.
I said, "What?"
I got my phone. Imagine this. I got my phone plugged up on the sink. It's plugged up charging. I got the phone volume up as loud as it would go. I am in my bathroom, going back and forth between my bathroom and my closet because I'm ironing my clothes, the kids' clothes, etc. Sean comes in and she was like, girl, she pedaling around looking for something. And she was like, girl, who are you listening to? What's going on? Girl, these people talking about molestation. They talking about having to drink urine as a child. They talking about all of these things. Sean was like, girl, what are you listening to? And I'm like,
talking about them siblings being in foster care and that the mom has mental issues. And
I said, cooking what Aisha daughter.
I said, I know you lying.
She said, girl, what? She said, girl, what they?
I said, I know you lying.
She said, girl, who raised the kids? R. Kelly?
So the baby, she's 21 or 22 at this point, but she was like, let me tell you, what you see is not what you get. She said, me and my siblings have been in foster care. My mother has been married and divorced so many times. She has been battling with alcohol and all of these things.
She said mental illness.
Mental illness, like so much. Just in this brief moment of me going in Candy's room to find something and to leave, I had to stand there for a minute and get caught up a little bit on everything that was going on. So
Sean
that was
like, this is too much.
I said, so this is another reason why I said I was going to come back to the fact that the daughter went and got Ricky from jail because she doesn't even believe. Now, I'm not going to say one way or the other because it ain't my business. I was not there. Okay. I don't know. But if your own child is saying that I don't believe it and there's so much behind the scenes that y'all won't even believe.
She said her mother did not raise them. They spent most of the time in foster care. When they weren't in foster care, they were bouncing between family members. She said, I remember being a little girl at the age of 8, 9 years old and getting my cycle and not having any guidance and needing to actually go on YouTube to figure out how to care for myself properly as a young lady. She was like, or ask my friends' parents embarrassing questions because I had no guidance. I had nobody taking care of me. I had nobody raising me. She said at the age of 8 or 9 years old, I'm being thrust into foster care with my siblings and having to care for them. She said a lot of times her mother would claim 4 children, but really have 5 because there was one, I guess, who has mental illness and they've been in the system or, in and out of different facilities for a number of years. I said, this is too much.
It was a lot.
This is too much. Thank you, best friend, for the stars.
Yeah, thank you for the stars. And to the point where she was like, even to this day, if it was not, because the daughter that was talking about how her mom manipulated her out of her parental rights because she had a daughter when she was 17, that her mom, Aisha, has her daughter.
That's the daughter. That's the child that you've seen her dragging around in that backyard on that viral video.
Yes, that is her daughter, Christina. That is her granddaughter. That is her child.
That is Aisha's granddaughter.
She says she has not had custody of her child since she was a little baby.
She did.
That to this day, if it was not for her younger sister that lives in the home, she don't know if any of them would be taken care of, because when she does get the few opportunities to go over there, her little sister is the one that's taking care of everything. She's the one that's making sure that they eat. And then when Ricky is there, he's doing everything. So when I tell you, best friends, when I was sitting here and I was listening to this all unfold within a 2-day, 3-day time span, I stopped for a moment and I said, wow. Just like you guys are saying, wow. I said, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to bring it back circular and put the finger back on us, I was thinking, bless you, I was thinking about how we have endured some stuff over the years, but we've lived in it.
Yeah, that's the difference.
we've lived in it.
That's the difference.
Like, it's not nothing nobody can come on here and say that we have not already said ourselves.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
So now she is now faced with, I'm talking about Aisha, she's now faced with all of these things that are being uncovered and shared and talked about, that you have this persona, whether that is truly a part of you or not, because we all know that we're multifaceted and there's multiple layers to a person. But when you have all this stuff and you try to put up this facade that is so far off base, it's hard to recover from.
Thank you, best friends, for saying bless you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
So that's just to bring you up to speed.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? There's so much to unpack here. I don't even know if we're gonna get to everything.
Probably not.
Right? Let me start here. I was made aware of her platform during probably before COVID. It's been some years. It's been some years. I was made aware of her platform very early on. And I'm just going to be transparent because that's all I got. I've never had a conversation with her. I don't know her. You know, I don't have anything against her personally because I don't know her. But one of the things that I've always done is I've watched people who build communities in different industries, and I've watched the different ways that people did it. And I remember seeing her platform and saying, I don't really like it because it seems inauthentic.
Wow.
I said that a long time ago, and I didn't watch her. I would peek in maybe once a year or so, and I said, I don't really like it. It seems too polished. It seemed very fake. It seemed, there's a couple of people who cook like that, and I just don't like it because it seemed like you trying to give us this Food Network sort of feel, and then you're very removed from the camera. It's very much so like, I'm here, you guys are here, and she presented herself like this Southern belle, and she was just Molly Homemaker, and she was just perfect Patty, and it just seemed so inauthentic to me. And I was just like, I don't like that we don't know you. We don't know who you are as a woman. We don't know, and I'm not saying you got to get on here and tell all your business, but it just seemed very much so, I'm going to give you this polished version of me, and then that's it. And so it worked for her people, but it just didn't work for me. So it just wasn't a good fit. So when all of this came out, I seen a lot of division, and I'm just going to be transparent. I seen a lot of people who was siding with her and was like, you be careful how you speak on the woman of God. And this woman is not lying. And I've been following her all this time. And, she's a God-fearing woman, and God is going to cover you, and he's going to protect you, and he's going to do this and that. And, the Bible says, he will make your enemy your footstool. This is the comments that I'm reading, right? Then you got another group of people who was like, something don't sit right. You got another group of people who was like, girl, something don't sit right. I don't know him. And I don't have a dog in the fight, but I don't believe he did that. And you got these two groups of people that are going back and forth in the comments, and people are literally virtually about to go to blows over stuff that we're looking at and
that we don't
and people's
really
perspective.
Yeah.
But best friends, this situation gave me chills. My spirit is uneasy because it gave me chills. And I've told y'all and told y'all and told y'all, we don't keep seeing all this drama play out on social media just for our entertainment. It ain't something you go grab your popcorn and you look at and watch like a movie. This is, y'all so busy trying to look for your next church service. This is ministry right here. You trying to figure out how to feel the next move of God, and you're watching it play out in front of you. You're watching it play out in front of you. For all of the people that sat and they've watched her and watched her and watched her, and I could come in and I could say, there's something uneasy with my spirit in this environment. I'm going to go. You see what I'm saying? And you got all of these people who just be sitting in church Sunday after Sunday, and everybody reciting the same scripture, the same rhetoric, and they use the Bible to weaponize people against each other, and they use it to manipulate situations and to control the narrative and control the way people think and all of this stuff. And people spin out all these comments and they like, girl, you know, God is gonna get his karma and all this. Well, sis, where was your karma when you had all these husbands? Where was your karma when you wasn't taking care of your kids? See, it's good for the goose, but it ain't good for the gander. You see what I'm saying? Then when bad comes your way to people like Aisha, when bad meets you at your doorstep, then the answer is, my family is under attack. You see what I'm saying? Then you spin the narrative. But when something is happening to you, you're under attack. You see what I'm saying? But when you casting stuff out, it's like you don't see it. You don't see how it works both ways. You see what I'm saying? It works both ways. I don't believe, I will go on record. And if I'm wrong, I will come back and I will say that I am wrong. My spirit don't believe that man jumped on her. I don't know if something happened. They may have been fighting. They may have tussled. Something may have went down. But I do not believe this man sat up here and sucker punched her like she said. I don't believe it played out like that. I'm telling you from somebody who have been to jail before. I have went to jail before. You grab that camera, you turn that camera on, and you do it to protect you. You understand what I'm saying? He was not thinking about exposing her. We talking about a street nigga. You see what I'm saying? He was not doing it to expose her. He probably wasn't even thinking along them lines. This man done been through stuff with her behind the scenes. People probably don't believe him. He know if something happens, she called the police. He know he got a pass. This man trying to make sure he don't go to jail for something he didn't do. He turned that camera on. And that wasn't.
I know if somebody put their hands on you, they're not gonna pick up a camera.
They're not gonna pick up a
and
camera.
Bring a light to what they just did.
No, that's not how that go. I'm telling you, that man was trying to protect himself, and in protecting himself, all it did was expose who she really was all along. See, this is the problem when people be playing with God. And this is what a lot of people on social media is saying. Sis, you would have still had the same following, maybe even larger, if you would have came on here and just been who you were. You could have came on here and said, I have these struggles. I'm trying to get myself together. I really didn't have the perfect upbringing. I struggle with raising my kids. My grandmother raised me. One of the only things that I got that look like stability is these recipes. So if it's okay with you, let's go ahead and make some stuff together. Who gonna be mad at that?
And tell your story while you're cooking.
Tell your story, the real story.
Tell the real story while you're cooking, because there's so many people that will probably resonate with your story. How many people are, if she is, I don't know if she is or she not, and I'm not trying to put this on her. I'm just going off of what was shared. If she is with mental illness, think of how many people that are dealing with mental illnesses. Think about so many people that are seeking help from drug abuse and trying to get sober. Think of all the people who came from broken homes that could relate to being in a broken home. Think about all the people that you could resonate with in the midst of still sharing your gift of cooking or these recipes or what have you, and still just sharing your real story.
I'm telling y'all, when we wrote our first book, Moments of Redemption, the very first chapter, I talked about what I witnessed with my mother. I talked about it. And I talked about, in that chapter, I talked about how that created suitcases for me. You see what I'm saying? I was a little girl, but that created trauma for me. It shaped how I seen relationships. It shaped how I seen women and men interact when it came to conflict. And so those are things you take not only along your life, but then when you start dating and when you get married and when you have conflict, those things rise up. We all come to relationships and life with suitcases.
Absolutely.
Girl, this lady need help. You understand what I'm saying? If a fraction of what that daughter said is true, this lady need help. She don't need social media. She need help. She needs to sit on somebody's couch, somebody who can write prescriptions, They need to unzip this lady head and get to the bottom of what the fuck is going on between her ears.
Mm-hmm.
This lady can't show up on social media and be transparent with you because she don't even know who she is.
Yeah, she's not being transparent with herself.
She don't even know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She talked in so many circles on that live video yesterday that I just about got dizzy. She done went from blaming the devil to saying that her family was under attack to saying she did everything short of accountability.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you in any level of therapy, whether you're going through grief therapy, whether you're going through personal therapy, you trying to get yourself together, whether you trying to get over a relationship, fix a relationship. Step one is recognizing that there is a problem. Sis, you got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can't blame nobody. You can't blame the devil, girl. You can't blame nobody. Because even if you want to sit in the victim seat, you only sitting there because that's the nigga you chose. Mm-hmm. We didn't choose him for you. You chose him. So let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say, even if this man did put his hands on you, how many men are you going to have, sis, swinging in and out of your door? How many men are you going to have around your children? How many failed relationships are you going to have where you're looking at the other person, casting blame on them before you look in the mirror and take accountability for the fact that you're the common denominator?
Right.
It can't be all these husbands.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be all these husbands. So that's why I'm saying there's some level of accountability. Now, don't none of us have no secret camera in the corner. You know, all we could do is deduce what we feel like happened or transpired. But I also am led to believe this ain't the first time.
You mean what? What do you mean it's not the first time for what?
This ain't the first time they done got into it like this.
Okay.
This can't be the first time they done got into it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
And I believe that's the case because then he wouldn't have said, "Oh, just wait, you'll see." Like I got videos and I got this and I got that. So yeah, it must be more to the story.
She had the perfect opportunity yesterday. She had the perfect opportunity yesterday to come on live and just be transparent. She came on live and she pretty much didn't necessarily blame her husband. She tried to take the stance of, you know, I'm married. I'm, you know, almost like I'm gonna stand by him, but you know, basically we were under attack. Mm-hmm. Basically, like our family was under attack. Mm-hmm. So it's this vague blanket explanation, but in the same breath, wanting to say, well, I don't owe anybody anything.
Right.
Well, you kind of feel like you do. Because if you genuinely felt like you didn't owe anybody anything, your next video would have been you going live cooking and answering 0 questions. Mm-hmm. But you felt like you owed us an explanation of some sort. Mm-hmm. Because you went live talking about it.
Yeah.
And talking around it. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then you said, I'm going to open it up for questions and didn't take not nary a question that was relevant to what the people want to know. Because the people was like, do you smoke them cigarettes and drink that alcohol that we seen on camera? Oh, no, sis. Because that wig be sitting up just so.
Right.
When we see you cooking.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You be looking like you just left church meeting when we see you cooking. But then when y'all in the backyard drinking and smoking and cussing and fighting, girl, you got the rag on your head. Mm-hmm. So the people want to know, girl.
What's going on?
Is that your narcotic? We want to know.
Right.
Girl, she ain't answered the question yet. That's why I'm saying we can't, in this season, best friends, you got to pray for spirit of discernment. You have to pray that God will increase your spirit of discernment if you operate in the spiritual realm, because there's no way, and I'm not casting blame on anybody who followed her, but there's no way you could be over here watching some of the people that are online and something don't stand up on the back of your neck. Mm-hmm. It's like,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about this over here. This don't feel authentic. Mm-hmm. It don't feel real. It don't feel right. You see what I'm saying? everybody who pushed the button to go live, you ain't got to be in their audience.
Right.
And so I think what bothered me about the whole thing was, girl, it was all the church people in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
These people get y'all every time. They be pandering to y'all. Ain't that what they call it?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Girl, this lady puppet mastered y'all. She did everything on them lives but take up an offering. Girl, she'll give you a little scripture. She did everything but sing a praise and worship song. She got you a little scripture. Girl, God gonna get them. And I pray for everybody who put their mouth on me and this, that, and the third. But you ain't brought video to first. Because when that man went live, you said, sis, we didn't say it. You said, I got a camera. It's all on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you what I would have did to clear my name. If it was me and somebody had bust me in the mouth and I went flying across the room and the world didn't believe me and my reputation was on the line,
mm-hmm.
but I would have downloaded that Ring footage. That Ring camera, the Ring camera.
You got it, and just show it.
Girl, I would have downloaded that. Girl, I would have uploaded it on the page. And I would have been like, all right,
mm-hmm.
I'll be accepting apologies in my inbox.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? For all the naysayers.
Exactly.
That's how you hush a crowd if you really telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you hush a crowd if you're really telling the truth. But I'm telling you, well, you jump in, give your feedback, because I could go.
Oh, I gave mine in little pieces when I have it.
Listen. Y'all, I used to listen to, my grandmother used to do it. It's so funny. Somebody will come over there and they'll be telling their story to her. And you know how like older people will give you that wise counsel.
Mm-hmm.
But us young folks, we don't really want to hear it. So you asking for advice, but you really got a made up mind.
Right.
And you really looking dumb in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Or y'all know y'all aunties and y'all grandmother used to close that coat. They'll have a robe or something on, or a sweater or something. They'll close it because them spirits that's on you,
they don't want them to jump on them.
They don't want them to jump on them. See, what's inside is sanctified.
That's that shield of protection.
That's that shield of protection. You see what I'm saying? So you close that coat because you over there talking crazy. And then if your grandmama now from down south, or if they really about that life, your grandmother say something slick like, better you than me.
That was their way of saying, you dumb as hell.
You dumb as a box of rocks. Your grandmother would close that road. Tell me. Aisha done brought her drunk ass over there. Look, Aisha done brought her drunk ass over there and sat on Medea porch, girl. She over there telling Medea what happened. Medea said, what she say, best friend? Better you than me. Better you than me. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't learned yet.
At all.
You ain't learned yet. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't learned yet. You ain't learned. We keep seeing these same storylines play out. But I'm telling you, best friends.
But I will say this. We come with y'all. We come to y'all. We give you the commentary. Candy gives you some good information to chew on and to think on and stuff like that. But one thing we never do is we never wish bad on nobody. Okay? Like, Candy may joke about it or whatever and stuff like that, but we like genuinely hope that everybody involved in this situation, like they get whatever the help they need or whatever, or it all pans out well. Because at the end of the day, there are some issues that are going on around everybody involved. This daughter is struggling to get custody of her daughter again. You know,
she put up a GoFundMe.
She put up a GoFundMe trying to get legal fees so that she can try to combat this and get her daughter back in her care. We dealing with a man that could be facing charges for something that he may have not even done. So now we dealing with another black man that's up against the system. We dealing with a woman who may be struggling with mental illness and things like that, and struggling to find herself.
Did you say maybe?
You know, because I can't confirm nor deny, because I'm
Murder.
not a professional. Okay.
Murder. What
Yes,
did you say?
I'm not a professional.
Murder. You said she what?
She may be struggling with some mental illness, squirrel. So I can't confirm. This is all allegedly. All right.
This lady show up 3 different people.
I understand. So we are looking at.
Girl, she show up 2 or 3 or 5 different people.
I understand.
She even dressed like all the characters in the head. Girl, the lady dressed like. Girl, the lady.
Candy, I get it, but I'm just saying. I'm just trying to say. Like, so we are dealing with levels of things here.
Well, wait. First off, when we first seen her again and she went viral and she was holding her jaw in the backyard with Bella,
like this.
She was dressed like Wanda from Holiday Heart.
Yes.
With the rag on her head.
The rag on her head with no bra on and the thing sitting low. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's we see. So one character name is Wanda.
That's Wanda.
That's Wanda.
And then Aisha is the one that be cooking, and that's the one with the makeup on and the lashes and the lipstick real perfect and the hair and stuff.
That's the Southern Belle.
That's the Southern Belle.
That's the Southern Belle. That lady grew up with 2 parents.
Yeah.
Her father was a pastor. Her mother was a first lady.
Right.
Her mother didn't drink a whole lot, but then occasionally after prayer meeting, she did like her wine.
Right.
That's Aisha.
Okay.
All right.
And then we have like Precious, like in between. Like we ain't Wanda, but we ain't Aisha because we just came home from the hospital, but we still got our face, we got our glasses off, we put our contacts in, we got a little piece of wig on, and then, you know, we fresh face because we ain't got no makeup on. So we just, you know.
You said that's Precious.
That's Precious. That's in the middle. That's not quite Wanda because we're trying to get ourselves together, but we're not Aisha because we're not on camera cooking, but we just went through something.
Yeah, because Precious did go through all of that when she was younger,
right?
And she did have, you know, a crazy childhood, right?
So it's like a spectrum,
yeah,
you know. So
yeah.
They said, "Who's Latifah then?" I don't know who Latifah is. Andrea said, "Y'all crazy too much, but true."
Oh no,
and that's all we do. We just tell y'all the truth and as we see it, and we give you a little bit of nuggets from what we know. Okay, and then y'all take it the rest of the way.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. We're in a season where whoever you are is gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you are, you might as well not run from your truth.
Mm-mm.
Because if you on social media, it's gonna come out. You're gonna be exposed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're gonna be exposed. Excuse me. It's gonna continue to happen. So you're better off just living in your truth. Whatever your truth is, just live in your truth.
Mm-hmm.
And bring your community along your journey for your truth.
Yes. It's more fun that way anyway, if you're honest about it. Because if you think about it, if you bring your community into your truth, whatever your truth is, you get genuine support. Okay. You have the opportunity to genuinely help some other people, right? You have a long-lasting, standing community that's going to ride with you over the test of time, because then they be able to see your evolution or your evolvement or your change or what have you. And you also have support when you fall down, because at the end of the day, we all know that when you're on a journey, you fall down a little bit, you get back up, you know, you hit it real hard, and then you know what I'm saying? So now you have all that too. So then you have a strong support system. There's so many benefits to just being who you are. Just be who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So best friends, I know we gave you a lot of information. Let us know if you guys have any questions about this. Mm-hmm. Let us know if you guys have any questions about this or about anything with us.
Mm-hmm.
While we're waiting on questions, let me add one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is a classic example. Don't y'all get mad at me if you do. I don't even care, because it ain't no lies finna be told. This is a classic example, and I told you when we were upstairs and you came in the room and you heard me listening to this, that this is what this is.
Oh yeah.
This is a classic example of this trick or this stunt that a lot of feminine women play. Not all, but a lot of feminine women play this trick. When you feel like something is slipping out of your control, your man getting ready to leave, your woman getting ready to leave, the relationship is over, y'all done got into it, they grabbing their keys, they getting ready to storm out the door, you do something. Or it could be any situation. Sean might be able to give you a couple of other examples, right? It could be any situation where something is slipping outside of your control. You will pull this stunt and you will do something to try to manipulate the other person. Aisha calling the police was trying to manipulate him. You see what I'm saying? She was trying to manipulate him. I do think maybe they was tussling back and forth, or maybe it was a little bit of something, or whatever the case may be.
Heated argument, just whatever.
Right.
Child.
You see what I'm saying? And so that was a stunt that she pulled. You see what I'm saying? To try to manipulate him in some capacity. And then it blew up and it backfired in her face. Right? I've been in a situation. I was dating a girl years ago. We arguing back and forth. I told her, I said, look, baby, I'm finna go. I'm not finna go back and forth with your ass. You see what I'm saying? I grabbed my keys. She's standing in front of the door. I said, don't block the door. I'm getting ready to go. You know, whatever. I get ready to leave. She's hollering as I'm getting in my car. She's hollering, if you leave, we're done. The relationship is over, blah, blah, blah. That's manipulation. You see what I'm saying? What's going on is slipping outside of your control. So you've now thrown out something else, or you've now done something else to try to control the actions of the other person, right? But a lot of times it'll backfire. It'll backfire. You see what I mean? Like, and so I was like, girl, why do feminine women play these stunts and tricks? Now all of this lady business has been exposed. You was trying
that she was trying to keep hidden has now come
girl,
out.
You was trying to call the police on him, thinking you was finna take a dig at him, but you really played yourself.
Played yourself, didn't you?
Like the man said, you played yourself, didn't you? You played yourself, girl. You're the content creator. You the one with all the skeletons of husbands. You the one with the kids that's been in the system.
Everything else.
You the one, girl. You did all that to try to play him, but you ended up playing you. You ended up playing you. Y'all do that when you think the other person ain't gonna leave the relationship. Y'all do that when you think the person ain't gonna cheat or leave. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so many. I could give you so many different instances when feminine women will pull these stunts and tricks, and you play yourself every time.
And look, Queen Shan, I don't know if this tap danced on a nerve, child, because usually when people start making comments like this, that means that it must have struck a nerve. She said, now WTH does have to do with feminine women. This is a case of a solitude liar. You can't group that based on your lesbian experience. Listen, baby, this ain't got nothing to do with lesbian experience.
No.
Feminine women do it in straight relationships and other. Think of all the women that be like, her man finna leave, and she be like, oh, I'm pregnant. Are you
How many times y'all pulled that I'm pregnant stunt? Because you know he's finna leave, or he been sleeping with somebody else. He been messing with somebody else, and you think he's slipping out of your reach.
You ain't pregnant. Or you have a child. Well, you ain't gonna be able to see little Juju be no more. Then nah, do it if you want to. Oh, okay. Not a lesbian experience at all. That's straight women all day long.
Yeah.
It's still a feminine energy because you're trying to manipulate and you're trying to get your way, right? Or let me do this. Let's not even put kids into it. I'm finna leave and go out with my guys. Oh, I got a headache. I don't feel so good. I'm so sick.
Yep.
Okay, baby, I'll stay home and take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl, I can give you example after example. Ain't got nothing to do with lesbian experience.
And check this out, best friend. I didn't say all. I never said all. I said a lot. A lot of feminine women do these things.
They do.
It's something,
and that's just truth and honesty. It's not trying to point the finger. It's just living life, baby.
Yeah, life. Yeah, and a lot of women, not all, a lot of women have this idea that the person they're in a relationship with, whether it's a stud, whether it's a man, the person they're in a relationship with, a lot of women think they're smarter than their partner. They can outsmart their partner. You're the smartest person in the room. Oh, he basic, she basic. If I do this, he always do this, right? If I do A, he always do B. You see what I'm saying? You think you know until you realize you don't.
You don't.
You think you know until you realize you don't. She thought she knew when she picked up that phone and tried to play him by calling the police, and then she realized she don't. You see what I'm saying? She realized she don't.
At all.
Friend said, how did sexuality get in this?
It didn't, but
it went over your head.
Yeah,
it went over your head.
Best friend brought it in, and so I just had to address the fact that it ain't got nothing to do with the experience.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Women sexuality don't matter.
Women and women.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Ashley, be good. It's okay. We got it. Girl, when I tell you Ashley ride to the wheels fall off. Ashley, it's okay. You know, we gotta bring Ashley back. Right. She be like,
Ashley like, girl, there's people in the room tonight that don't normally be in the room. Like, girl.
Like, attack dog mode. It's okay, baby. We got it. Yeah. Thank you, little sis. We love you. But yeah. So yeah. That's just, girl, that's just what it is. I've seen it so many times.
And if it's one of those situations where if it don't apply, let it fly. Yeah. Right? When I make a statement, I'm not talking about all. There's no way that any one statement will apply to all groups of people. It just don't exist, right? But when we have conversations, a lot of times we're talking in general terms. You'll see that happen more in this group or that group. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times when I say manipulation is a tool that a lot of feminine women use, it's learned behavior. And if you're honest and you get out your feelings, you seen your mama do that shit your whole life. You see what I'm saying? And if she didn't do it with your daddy or men that she dated, she did it with y'all when y'all was growing up as kids. Do this or I'm gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? That's not parental authority. You're not doing it from no basis besides to control me and to get me to do what you want me to do. You see what I mean? Like, it's just a fact. It's a fact. Yeah.
And it's okay. Because one thing that I have also learned in the midst of therapy and everything else, child, is when something does hit you and you're quote unquote the hit dog, that's how you learn from it too. Because it hits you and it makes you stop and it makes you think. And because it brings up some kind of emotion, that there's a piece of something that needs to be worked on. And that's okay. Yeah. I've been a hit dog before, child. So now what you gonna do with it?
Yeah. And we don't claim to know everything, but the one difference that you'll find with our platform, and I'm not saying nobody's is like this, but very few people are going to lead with, this is where I messed up. You see what I mean? Like, we lead with, this is where we messed up. You got a lot of people on social media, entrepreneurs and otherwise, that even in this climate will like you to believe that they got it all together, that the millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars that they was making, they still making. And they don't show you that when they get off the camera, they sweating, they stressed out, they got more overhead than income. You see what I'm saying? They're not showing that part of it. Because they want you to believe a certain thing. You see what I mean? Like, we literally lead with, this is our truth. This is who we are, like it or love it. But the people who connect with us and the people who are here on a regular basis, they understand. We would never have an Aisha moment because we lead with our truth. You see what I'm saying? We lead with our truth. And a lot of people are not willing to do that because of the criticism and the backlash that they know come with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, man, oh man. Well, what I will say is that, girl, I had fell out of the social media, but I might have to just tap back in just a few more days just to see where.
Girl, because I'm telling you. And
then I'll go ahead and go back into my little corner.
unless Aisha is willing to confront all parts of herself, I don't see the recovery. I don't see the recovery.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway.
But I did not see any questions. But to our amazing replay community, if there are questions that come up, definitely put them in the comments. And let us know, because you guys know we love to chit chat in the comments, son.
Yes. Well, anyway.
What else you got?
That's all I got tonight.
That's all you got tonight?
That's all I got tonight. I guess we'll get back to us soon.
Oh, well, girl, you know.
We'll get back to us soon. But that's all I got tonight.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we love you so very much. And I will let Miss Candy take us out.
As we always say, best friends, the absolute best is yet to come. But baby, we got work to do.
Good night, best friends.